Hey there, and welcome to another Mindful Monday. So, I hope that last week was deeply rewarding and super just filling your soul. We dared to dream last week. And I don't know about you, but I allowed myself to go to some places that I haven't been in a very long time. And it felt really, really, really good. We dreamed about creating a life filled with purpose, filled with passion, but most importantly, our own personal visions for our lives. Now, I want you to consider, how has this vision already started to come into fruition? How has it manifested in your life today? And it's understanding this that will really help us in today's session. Today, we are going to talk about turning that vision, that big vision. It might be a scary vision. It might be something that just super excites you, gets you up in the morning and starts you on your day. But how do you turn that into actionable steps? How do you manifest that with aligned action? But before we get into that, I'd like to take a quick mindful moment and let's just settle into our place and space where we find ourselves. It could have been a hectic day, maybe a crazy weekend, and allow yourself to sink in. Maybe you close your eyes, maybe you take some deep breaths and bring that vision into focus. Reflect on the interactions maybe you had this past week. Maybe you saw yourself listening more intently or expressing your vision. Maybe you felt yourself with a little more oomph through your day. Just ground into that energy right now before we begin. Maybe use your breath as an anchor. Maybe your hands on your lap, your feet on the ground. Whatever works for you, the invitation is out there. Now, let's get into it. Let's connect the fluidity of your vision with your daily actions. Think about practical ways that you can cultivate compassion in your routine. It could be as simple as maybe starting each day with a positive affirmation or reaching out to a friend or loved one in need. What steps, maybe even the smallest steps, can you take to start aligning your present moment to who and what you envision for yourself in the future? Now, with this, I want you to keep in mind that any step, whether it be big or small, it matters. Focus on achievable, meaning steps that really, really, really align with your vision for your future. One thing I think about is like when you go to the gym, it's not just enough to go to the gym, but it's about practicing the right form. So that's what we're doing today, is practicing the right form. It doesn't matter if, you know, every action today or every action this week is aligned, but it's that you start slowly correcting, you start slowly implementing small steps that gradually help you build the bridge from your present moment to the future, which you will manifest, because I am claiming that, Ashe, I'm there, that you will manifest that for yourself. And I want you to maybe gently think about setting timelines for these actions. It doesn't have to be something that is hard, maybe something by the end of the week. I've been reading the 12-week year, so I am going to be focusing on creating my actionable steps to be in this 12-week year. But you've got to find something that works for you. You also have to think about, how will you measure your progress? You know, it could be a journal. It could be that you reflect every night. It could be that every day you check off when you were able to do something that was aligned with your vision. Whatever it is, find a way to keep accountable. If we don't know where we are today, how can we truly measure and know that we're getting closer to that vision? So accountability is a huge part of aligning your present moment to the goals that you envision yourself. So think about, let's say, if you want to envision yourself with just more compassion in your daily life, you can also start by feeling the warmth and connection within yourself. You have to be that to obtain that. And you have it already within you. Creating an affirmation, like I said earlier, can be super and powerful. It can be something like, each action of kindness brings me closer to my compassionate self. A quick affirmation that doesn't take long to do, but it just sets the foundation for you to manifest whatever it is that you're calling in. Again, if it's compassion, maybe it's being with nature. So you make a point, whether you're bringing in nature into your home or you're going out in nature, you make a point to create aligned action to the vision that you have set in place for yourself. Now, I want you to embrace the idea that your path to your vision will evolve. We can't just have this rigid, it's going to be from point A to point B, but whenever in life is something that simple, it rarely is not. You will have challenges. The universe will challenge you. Your loved ones will challenge you. You might challenge yourself. Limiting beliefs might come up, or past traumas that you have to work with and work through to accomplish your vision. That might come up. And so with that, practice compassion. Be that that curious child where it's like, oh, okay, this is a new boundary, this is a new border, this is a blocker, this is a trigger that is happening, and it seems like it's preventing me from what it is that I look to envision, but maybe it's just changing the path a little bit. It's a course correct, if you will. So really embrace the fact that what you might think is the path may not be the path, and celebrate every single moment of success. Anytime you choose you, anytime you commit to your vision and you do an action, you say a phrase, an affirmation, you take a moment for yourself, really celebrate that, because what that does is two parts. It's not just about honoring that you did something great, but it really helps rewire your brain. So if, let's say, you maybe your intention is to bring about more consistency in your life, and you could have some trauma, you could have some childhood where the template for consistency is really programmed to be negative for you. So by celebrating when you are consistent, if that's 2 days in a row, if that's 3 days in a row, if that's 1 week, if that's 2 weeks, whatever the milestone you want to set for yourself, by celebrating that, you're helping your brain rewire that circuitry so that it now starts to see consistency as a positive thing in your life, as a motivator versus something that detracts for you, something that could bring about fear or negative emotions in your life. So celebrating is a huge part in aligning yourself to the vision in which you are manifesting right now. So I want you to think about that, right? Taking this, thinking about small steps, being able to measure, track your progress, and celebrate the wins, big wins, small wins. Let me know. Happy to celebrate with you. That's it. It's those simple steps that help you transition your life to how you see it now, to the big vision that we talked about last week, that big vision that will come into your life. That is how you bring it into fruition. That is how you manifest it. So let's end with a few deep grounding breaths. I don't know if you're excited. I'm excited. I'm sorry, I may not sound as excited. Going through a little bit of some sinus and cold issues here, but let's just take a few moments and ground ourselves in that energy of manifesting our dream, turning every single intention into aligned action, seeing ourselves doing the work, seeing obstacles come in our way, and seeing ourselves knock them down one by one, seeing the people, places, and spaces that are going to support us on our journey. See the people that will maybe even help with obstacles, remove obstacles, open doors for us. Grounding into that, slowly seeing our vision manifest one by one step at a time, no matter how big or how small. Taking a deep breath into that, aligning your energy with the energy of the vision that you have set forth and the vision that we are claiming, whether you are manifesting next month when you are manifesting in just here in 2024, or whether this is a manifestation that will come into fruition the next 5 years, whatever you chose, I am claiming it for you. We are grounding into this energy and aligning with our higher selves and that big vision. And for some of us, that big, scary vision. Know that I am with you to support you. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. Good luck, and I will see you next year. I will see you next month. I will also see you next year. I will see you next week, and we will talk about consistency. I kind of brought it up a little bit earlier, but we're going to talk about consistency and how consistency for some people can be a trap, and how we can move through this as we've already manifested our vision. We're taking aligned action. We're going to be measuring our progress. But we want to talk about the big elephant in the room, consistency. So stay tuned next week when I get into consistency. Bye.